Hey guys, it's Joey. So you might have heard that Community was canceled by NBC recently. Now, it's pretty upsetting. I'm pretty upset by it. I'm a huge fan of the show, and I have been since day one. And I fought for the show along with countless others to keep it going since season 3 when NBC started thinking about canceling it. And we had the whole 6 seasons in a movie thing, and Save Greendale more recently, and just all these big campaigns launched by fans that cared so deeply about Community to save the show. And we got it to a season 4, which without Dan Harmon, which was a mistake, but we kept going. We got season 5 with Dan Harmon back. We got the repilot, and he was reconfiguring the whole thing so it could be new and fresh again. But NBC decided, no, we're not going to continue. We're gonna let it die. I think it's a mistake. And I think NBC was very reckless, and with this show and the way they presented it to the public and just presented it in advertising in general, which was very limited, bar none. I don't think I've ever seen one Community billboard, rarely any commercials for it besides on NBC. Almost any sort of promotion I knew about it was because I was a fan of the show and I followed everybody on Twitter and Instagram and YouTube channels that were sort of friends with the cast of the show, and they would bring them on to talk about Community. And that I feel like that's the only way that it was ever promoted, was through the actors themselves, which it's part their job, but it's not their job. NBC, your job was to promote your show, which would bring you money, to a wide audience. I think there was some politics going on behind the scenes that maybe most of us don't know about, but I feel like NBC was sort of regretted that show since the beginning, regretted putting it on, because it's a very niche audience. I mean, it's for people who enjoy television passionately and know the mechanics of television and film and all these different subgenres and what they were doing. Like, they had the bottle episode, which not many people that aren't in the know what a bottle episode is, but they did an obvious bottle episode where they had to stay in the study room and fight about a pen for a half hour. There were very specific jokes that sort of catered to a demographic of maybe older teenagers to people in their 20s and maybe even 30s, and it was for people that were passionate about creating and comedy. And I don't think NBC got that. They want their cookie cutter comedies. They want stuff that people have seen before that they know is going to do well. They don't like taking risks. I remember back when Scrubs was airing, and Scrubs is my favorite show of all time. I think I've said that a billion times on this vlog, but they did the same thing with Scrubs, and they crapped on Scrubs. And the last season, season 7, we had, I think the last episode was supposed to be My Princess or something like that. And no. I love Scrubs, but that was not a viable season finale for that show. Thankfully, ABC heard the cries of the fans who had been watching the show for 7 years and decided to pick up Scrubs and put it on their channel, and they received massive ratings. So much so that they decided to do a spin-off, which wasn't successful, but that just proves what some advertising and some faith in a show will do for something. And I think Community just didn't see that support from NBC, who is almost just as bad as Fox. Anyway, I urge anybody who is a fan of the show, to support it even further, because what I've learned is shows are never really dead, especially in the age of Kickstarter and Netflix and Hulu and all these online services that are willing to pick up shows that don't seem to have a good life on television and breathe new life into it. I'm a fan of Community going to Netflix. I don't know if this is something that could actually happen, but we've saved this show before. So I think we continue to try to save it by using Save Community. And tweet Netflix or send them messages, or Hulu, or whatever you think would be the best place to be a new home for a Community and would serve it well. I think it's a show that would do massively well in an online format. Alright guys, tell me what you think, or tell me your sorrows, your pains, and what you think about NBC in the comments, or tweet me at Joey Pedras. Alright guys, see you next time.